The South Union Township Supervisors present the South Union Township Sports Network tonight from Mustang Field. It's high school boys soccer time as the Laurel Highlands Mustangs host the Connellsville Falcons. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Morozak with Billy Dice. South Union Township Sports Network coverage is a joint cooperative venture with Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, along with Armstrong and Breezeline Cable and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Billy Dice, and I'll turn it over to our public address announcer, Jason Taylor, for tonight's starting lineups and the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mustang Field here on the campus of Laurel Highlands Senior High School. For this evening's boys soccer match between the visiting Connellsville Falcons and your Laurel Highlands Mustangs. And now the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Connellsville Falcons. The Falcons are led by head coach Ryan Cartwright, assistant coach Skyler Schellenberger. A junior midfielder, number 2, William Jalot. A junior midfielder, number 4, Carson Colburn. A sophomore midfielder, number 5, Tyler Fergus. A senior defender, number 6, Derek Support. A sophomore midfielder, number 8, Jace Cratchit. A sophomore forward, number 10, Dylan Schellenberger. A junior midfielder, number 12, Tanner Anderson. A junior midfielder, number 17, Landon Lynn. A junior defender, number 18, Matthew Fury. In goal for the Falcons, a senior, number 19, Derek Bronson. And the freshman midfielder, number 23, Jake Fritz. And now the starting lineup for your Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Mustangs are led by head coach Jared Rogers, assistant coach Josh Nairn, Vernon Chandler, and Jerry Rogers Jr. A senior midfielder, number 1, Connor D'Amico. A senior midfielder, number 4, Ryan Rockwell. In goal for the Mustangs, a sophomore, number 5, Dan O'Neill. A junior forward, number 8, Cole Bradley. A senior midfielder, number 15, Tanner Brewster. A freshman defender, number 16, Jackson Aaron. senior defender, number 17, Maddox McAllister. A junior defender, number 23, Brody Baker. A freshman forward, number 27, Roman George. A sophomore defender, number 28, Ethan Perkins. And a sophomore midfielder, number 38, Matt Connellsville. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd ask everybody please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing for our national anthem.
Brian Morozak back here at Mustang Field with Billy Dice, hoping for a competitive game tonight as the Laurel Highlands Mustangs 2-4-2 overall, 2-4-1 in conference play, host the Connellsville Falcons. The Falcons 2-8 overall, 0-5 in Section 2 4A play. Jerry Rogers now in his 10th year as the head coach of the Mustangs. Brian Cartwright in his first year as the head coach of the Connellsville Falcons. A non-conference meeting between two Fayette County foes before conference play resumes tomorrow for Laurel Highlands Mustangs down at Thomas Jefferson. Connellsville back in conference action coming up on Thursday. The Mustangs playing some better soccer as of late, in good form. They've won 2 of their last 3, including a 6-0 win over Albert Gallatin on Thursday. That was senior night for the Mustangs. Connellsville, of course, moving up from 3A to 4A in the offseason. They've really faced a tough schedule so far this year. Here, Jason Taylor passed along the starting lineups. The Mustangs with 4 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 2 freshmen in their starting 11. Connellsville with 2 seniors, 5 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 1 freshman in their starting 11 tonight. The Mustangs in the home reds, white numbers, blue shorts. Their bench across the field to our left. Connellsville, the away whites of blue numbers. Their bench across the field to our right. We appreciate you joining us for some high school soccer tonight here on the South Union Township Sports Network. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Connellsville Falcons. If you're watching this game on Breezeline or Armstrong Cable, I'd like to let you know that all of the South Union Township Sports Network games and programs are available live online. It's easy to find. Just log on to youtube.com and search South Union Television to find the archive broadcast, or follow the South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook for live games. It's facebook.com/South Union TV. So the Falcons ready to go. The Mustangs waiting to break their huddle off on the far side, and have to thank our sponsors as well that make high school soccer possible here on the South Union Township Sports Network, including Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI Specialist, now a part of U.S. Digestive Health, Chesler's Fine Furniture, 51 north of Uniontown, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, and physical therapist Jim Burns, United Bank, the Laurel Highlands Boys Soccer Boosters, and South Union Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. Laurel Highlands working left to right as we describe it here in the first half. 40 minutes up on the scoreboard clock. In goal for the Mustangs, Daniel O'Neill, Derek Routson in goal for the Connellsville Falcons. And Laurel Highlands get things started here on this Monday evening. Temperature starting to cool off a little bit, but still in the low 70s, 72 degrees under cloudy skies. We get this one underway here tonight. It'll be Cole Radcliffe to send it back for the Mustangs, and we're underway from Laurel Highlands High School. Touch from Matt Kolensik and sent on the back line. And Laurel Highlands will try to make their way out of their own zone there. Brody Baker getting the start for Laurel Highlands. Touch there on the other side from Michael Roscart, who's actually not a part of the starting lineup I was given here tonight. Must have been a last-minute change there from head coach Brian Cartwright on the Connellsville side. Of the Mustangs will turn over. Dylan Schallenberger picking it up. A little cross going through the box there in front of O'Neill and picked up by Brody Baker, who blasted out of the corner down the near boundary and out. And Connellsville will take a throw in there from Landon Lynn. Lynn's actually going to send it down the line, and the Falcons will reposition. I'm not sure if they're in the right spot, though, right now. They'll get repositioned. Looks like Lynn will toss it in after getting the ball there from Michael Roscart. So Lynn sends it in. Mustangs get momentary control, and then Cole Radcliffe finding it there, trying to send it ahead, but that one intercepted by the freshman Jake Pritz as the Falcons trying to set it up there with Schallenberger. And, of course, the Schallenberger name, very popular in the Connellsville area, not only a part of the renovations to the Pleasant Valley Country Club, but very involved in the Pittsburgh Riverhounds Academy and the Riverhounds team. Tuffy Schallenberger, great philanthropist, has donated a lot of money and certainly does a lot for youth soccer around the area. Little battle in front of the Mustang bench. The Falcons try to break down the far side. A reset here, top of the 18. Jake Pritz rolls it in there to Daniel O'Neill and scoops it up. And the Mustangs just under 2 minutes in. And O'Neill will blast it back here to center. Headed along by Jackson Nairn, the freshman. Radcliffe, a little backside contact there on Matthew Urey. And a foul call there on the Mustangs. Laurel Highlands and Connellsville had been a part of the same conference the last 2 years. They've certainly got to know each other a lot as of late, not only being close in proximity, but playing a couple of conference games each season. This is the only scheduled meeting between the two schools here in the 2024 campaign, with Connellsville playing up in 4A and the Mustangs down in 3A. Pretty good run up there, led by Ryan Rockwell, deflected out of play. Brody Baker will send it back in. Chip back on the other side by Tyler Burkus. Matthew Kolensik stepping in there for the Mustangs. Connellsville heading it back along there with Dylan Schallenberger. And Schallenberger trying to create some space for himself here left of the box. Schallenberger, a little low touch. Mustangs defensive line knocks it down there with Baker. Headed back in the air from Jace Gratchik. And out of play. The Mustangs go with a quick throw in there from Ryan Rockwell, trying to spring Cole Radcliffe. It was a nice break down the near side. Here's Radcliffe into the box, needing a little help, trying to set it off to his left. And broken up there by Connellsville defensively, but they don't get it out of the zone. And Tanner Brewster trying to lead it back along there for Laurel Highlands. Played back to the Mustangs midfield. Sent back ahead there from Rockwell. We'll touch down to Ethan Perkins, getting a start for Laurel Highlands tonight. Perkins back on the ball. And I feed it up to Radcliffe, deflected out of play. And Rockwell will send it in again. Going in there to Tanner Brewster. On the defensive line, Maddox McAllister. Up again to Jackson Nairn, talented freshman for the Mustangs. Certainly doesn't look like a freshman out on the pitch. Play defense, can play offense for Jerry Rogers' squad, but the Mustangs Giving up a little rush here. Look out at Schallenberger on the break. Shot with the left foot. Great save there from O'Neill. Falcons trying to keep it alive. Gratchik skying one. Left of the goal. Got a play for a goal kick. And Schallenberger, only a sophomore, showing his speed here early on for Brian Cartwright's squad. Brian Morozak along with Billy Dice tonight. Jason Taylor, public address announcer. We'll hear from time to time as well throughout the course of the evening. Appreciate you joining us for a Monday night of high school soccer here in the South Union Township Sports Network. Tyler Burkus sitting up there to Carson Colborne on the Connellsville side, and Ryan Rockwell picking it back up there for the Mustangs in front of Michael Roskarts. Laurel Highlands settling it down, looking for a little possession time. Played up there to Jackson Nair, never got in his direction. Falcons find it again and fired back to the Laurel Highlands defensive line. Connor D'Amico going cross-field on the near side over to Brody Baker. Trying to settle it off here on the near wing, but intercepted by Landon Lynn on the Connellsville side. Well, battle here in the midfield. And Baker skying it down the near touch line, headed out of play there by Connellsville's Tyler Burkus. Ryan Rockwell sending it in. And over to Matt Kolensik. If you're a Mustang fan, had plenty of cheer about the last couple of weeks. Mentioned the boys soccer team. They've won 2 of their last 3. Laurel Highlands football team coming off of back-to-back wins as well over Indiana and Mount Pleasant. Soccer team trying to keep it going tonight here against Connellsville in a non-conference game. 6 minutes in, 0-0 so far on the scoreboard. Now Radcliffe down the far line with plenty of speed, trying to track it down. And Radcliffe getting a little poke there away from Routson. And then Routson able to regain there on the Connellsville side to get back into the play. He's slow in getting up. Routson's still down. We're playing on. And you actually have Matthew Uri back there just sending it out of play, allowing Routson to get a little medical attention. With 33:41 left here in the first half, they'll tend to Routson. That's a critical injury, losing your goalie going down. Hopefully Routson able to get some treatment here and able to continue. And we've played just over 6 minutes. Laurel Highlands boys soccer team with a busy week as Routson able to walk off under his own power on the far side. Now the question is going to be who's going to play goal here for the Falcons. See if we can catch here who the new keeper's going to be. Trying to get a number here on the new Connellsville keeper coming out. We can see the keeper kit on. Haven't been able to pick up a jersey number. Yeah, he's wearing 99 as the keeper kit, but we think it's Hunter Brown, who normally wears 16. He's the only other goalie listed on the roster. So we'll go with Hunter Brown until we're told otherwise. And the Mustangs will trigger it in. He goes it on the far side there to Jackson Nairn, and again sent out of play. Routson, though, appears to be okay. He's still walking around right in front of the Connellsville bench. And a quick whistle. We'll get a free kick going the other way here for the Falcons. It is Hunter Brown. He's a junior on the Connellsville side. And also being told it might be Tanner Anderson wearing 13, not Roskar. We'll double check that as well. Ryan Rockwell has it there for Laurel Highlands. Trying to send it along. Falcons play it back there from Jake Pritz. Going down the far boundary there to William Gillott. Gillott, another famous name along the Connellsville program. Gage Gillott, heck of a Connellsville quarterback going back a few years. Their football program, remember, was 5-5 in WPIAL play a season ago. Playing an independent route, much like the soccer program. The football team would have been forced up to 5A. Soccer team going up from 3A to 4A. And a lot of that was because of the WPIAL reclassification of the Votech enrollment. In the past, a Votech student counted as only 1/10 of a player. They went back to counting those kids fully, and Connellsville, a big Votech program, certainly hurt them as far as getting bumped up in classifications in a number of sports this season. Their soccer team plugging away here in a scoreless game with Laurel Highlands and a quick whistle down the far side. Ball ruled out of play. The initial signal was a Connellsville throw-in, then I saw the official actually point the other way, but it looks like it will be the Falcons on the throw-in, and we're going to get Routson back in goal. As the Falcons will juggle it up again. And Routson back in there. Good to see he's okay. The Falcons get possession again there with William Gillott. Gillott playing it back to Jake Pritz. Near side touch Landon Lynn. On the wing, pass intercepted there by the Mustangs' Brody Baker. Baker leading the run, touching it down to Ryan Rockwell into the Connellsville zone. Rockwell, a little sidestep off to his left, going crossfield on the far side. A little bit too far, though, for Roman George. George, another freshman, actually getting a last-minute start tonight. But he's ready. Mustangs very high on their freshman class. And 2 starters. Freshmen here today, Jackson, Nairn, and George. You'll see a couple of others get rotated in throughout the course of the evening. Jace Gratchik playing it down. Look out, it's Schallenberger again on the break. Sending it into the back of the net for the opening Connellsville goal. Dylan Schallenberger scoring here at the 30-33 mark of the first half, and the Falcons take a 1-0 lead over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. That's a couple of times so far here in the opening 10 that the Mustangs have been able to spring Schallenberger, and not much O'Neill could do about that one. Kind of had Daniel there dead to rights. And Schallenberger giving the Falcons a 1-0 lead. And the Mustangs resume. Looking now for the equalizer. And we've seen some competitive games between these two schools over the last couple of years, including last season, the last time these two teams played here at Laurel Highlands on October the 5th. We brought it for you on the South Union Township Sports Network. Mustangs downing the Falcons by a 3-2 score. That actually broke a three-game stretch of Connellsville wins, including a 2022 overtime win for the Falcons over the Mustangs by a score of 3-2. So usually very competitive when Laurel Highlands and Connellsville get together on the pitch. And a battle there between William Gillott and Connor D'Amico. Gillott trying to keep it alive in the box. Schallenberger again looking for a brace. Good block there on the Laurel Highlands side. And now a shot attempt sent wide. But Connellsville certainly buzzing here in the opening 11 minutes.
Falcons goal by number 10, Dylan Schallenberger.
The official announcement being made there on the Schallenberger goal. Now Laurel Highlands coming out of their own zone. Baker and Rockwell playing catch. Going back there to Matthew Kolensik. Touch from Perkins. Now down the far side up to Roman George. Mustangs feeling out the Falcons a little bit. That one going through. Elliot Bohr just checked into the game. Bohr actually had a block defensively on that last Connellsville rush. And the Falcons looking for more, and a shot attempt there from William Gillott going wide on the far side. And another Mustang goal kick.
On for the Mustangs, number 42. Elliot Bohr.
They actually ruled that off of Laurel Highlands going out off of a deflection. It'll be a Connellsville corner kick. It will be Gase Gratchik putting it down for the corner from the far side. Gratchik, a little line drive coming out in front. And it was the Mustangs getting ahead to it and setting up the counterattack on the break here from Cole Radcliffe. Now 1-on-5 coming back. Radcliffe's going to stay with it. It's poked wide by Connellsville defensively, but actually allows the Mustangs to get a couple of players back into the play to assist Radcliffe. Bohr here on the near side. Bohr, another member of that Laurel Highlands freshman class, getting pushed off the ball that time. And Landon Lynn on it again for Connellsville. Play whistle down for the offsides. So again, they're trying to spring Schallenberger. Officials were on it. And the Mustangs will get a free kick here with Ethan Perkins. Blast down the near side. Ryan Rockwell will gain control. Rockwell off to his left. Dancing, trying to keep a little possession time there for the Mustangs. Now the Falcons break it up and a little clearing attempt that Connor D'Amico knocks down. And the Mustangs get a little poke there from Bohr. Forward to Matt Kolensik. To his right again to Rockwell. Reset again here on the near side of Brody Baker. And now Radcliffe trying to come between defenders. Falcons break it up there again, and Carson Colborn looking for the clear up to Schallenberger. Knocked down by Gratchik. Has Schallenberger ahead. The play's on sides. Look out. Here's Schallenberger on the break. Good defense, though, from Connor D'Amico to deflect it wide on the far side and allow the Mustangs to get some reinforcements back defensively. 26-12 left here in the first half. Connellsville a 1-0 lead over Laurel Highlands on a goal from Dylan Schallenberger. Falcons looking for more here from Landon Lynn. Lynn on the near side. Play whistle down. Was it offsides? Whistle came from the far side. It looks like that is the call. O'Neill will put it down. Schallenberger's goal came at the 30-33 mark of the first half. Now O'Neill will send it away. A hard collision there between Radcliffe and a Connellsville defender is now down on the play. I think Cole even got a little dinged up there as they went head-to-head. Wait for official confirmation on the Falcon down before we make any assumptions. We have 25-29 left here in the first half. Connellsville a 1-0 lead over Laurel Highlands and a Falcon down. An injury stoppage as the Laurel Highlands training staff comes onto the field for the second time in this game. Our match coverage brought to you by Smith Lewis Chess, CPAs in Uniontown, Davis & Davis, attorneys at law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes. SWGI specialist, now part of U.S. Digestive Health. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns. United Bank, Laurel Highlands Boys Soccer Boosters, and South Union Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. Good to see the injured Falcon hopping to his feet. It's number 5, Tyler Burkus, the sophomore midfielder, walking off under his own power. Good to see on the Connellsville side. Those head-to-head collisions can be very scary out there. You see the helmet-to-helmet collisions all the time on the football side, and these guys have no head protection. Laurel Highlands will get the free kick here after the injury stoppage. And put it down. It'll be Jackson Nairn who will come forward. Nairn trying to get control. Was poked off the ball, but Baker able to regain and send it up to Ryan Rockwell down the near boundary. Good defense, though, from Landon Lynn, winning it away there from Rockwell. One off Laurel Highlands and out. Lynn quickly reloads up to Carson Colborn. Repositions off to his left. Touches it off to Schallenberger. On a good blast down the far side, and now William Gillott on his horse trying to track it down with D'Amico defending. Gillott trying to come out of the far corner. Looks for a little cross over to Tanner Anderson, who goes low. Blocked out in front and then cleared on the Laurel Highlands side. Up to Jackson Nairn. And now Cole Radcliffe. And Derek Soforic breaking up there again for Connellsville. Now in front of the Laurel Highlands bench with Roman George defending. The ball deflected out of play. We'll get a Connellsville throw-in with 24-27 left here in the first half. Laurel Highlands with possession out of their own zone. Goes crossfield on the near side, intended for Ryan Rockwell. Broken up again by Landon Lynn, but Rockwell gets right back on it for Laurel Highlands. Here's Rockwell dancing through center. Pulls it on from the far side again to Jackson Nairn. Nairn in front of the Connellsville bench. A little line drive intended there for Radcliffe. Cole trying to knock it down. Cole looking for a little cross. Mustangs trying to keep possession. Elliott Bohr able to touch it back over to Brody Baker. Baker back into the play. Crosses off to his left. Plenty of operating room here for Laurel Highlands. Nairn on the blast. Line drive blocked on the Connellsville defensive line. Rockwell gets a little reprieve and sends it through the uprights. But here on a Monday night, just goes as a goal kick coming back. As Connellsville still leads Laurel Highlands 1-0. Brian Morozak along with Billy Dice. Nice to have you along with us from high school soccer here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Derek Routson, who was injured earlier, will send it away here for Connellsville. Quickly knocked down by Matt Kolensik for Laurel Highlands. Nairn heeling it back to Kolensik. Good ball movement. And a little give and go as the Mustangs break back into the box. Crosser out in front. Radcliffe there. A little contact from behind. Radcliffe saying the Falcons deflected it out. Officials saying no. That one off of Laurel Highlands, and out will go as another goal kick here for Routson and the Falcons. 22-42 left here in the first half. Connellsville still leading Laurel Highlands by a score of 1-0. Nairn knocking down the goal kick there from Routson, but Connellsville still able to pick up possession, trying to step into the Laurel Highlands zone and try to swing it there to Anderson. Broken up again there by the Mustangs. And Nairn again in front of the Connellsville bench, trying to go cross field here on the near side. Michael Roscart breaking it up there for Connellsville. Laid back by Maddox McAllister, their Mustang senior. McAllister always solid out there for Laurel Highlands. The Falcons put it down again and play offsides. They were trying to spring Michael Roscart. Free kick coming back here for the Mustangs. 21-40 left here in the first half. Appreciate you joining us for high school soccer here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Mustangs back into the play here. Jackson Nairn again. Good little weave down and a Laurel Highlands goal to equal this game at 1-1. Cole Radcliffe scoring there for the Mustangs. We're tied at 1 with 21-25 left here in the first half. So Radcliffe and Schallenberger, your goal scorers here tonight. We've expected a competitive game coming in, and that's what we've had so far this evening. Now Connellsville losing it out here on the near side as Michael Roscart wasn't able to haul it in. And Brody Baker sent it down the near side. Back to Derek Routson. Routson will pull it down and dribble it out to the top of the box. Routson, good blast there, back to center. Little scrum. Touch up from D'Amico. And lob back by Jake Pritz on the Connellsville side. Down to Tanner Bruzda. And a busy fall season for Bruzda, also active as the Mustang punter and field goal kicker. We'll battle on the far side. Bruzda's going to pick up the foul. And a free kick coming back here for Connellsville. Going off the body there, Brody Baker kept alive. Schallenberger a partial fan on the shot attempt, allowing Daniel O'Neill to scoop it up. O'Neill will be celebrating his 16th birthday this coming weekend as things get a little physical here between Ryan Rockwell and Connellsville's Landon Lynn. And Rockwell picks up the foul, and Jace Gratchik will have the free kick. Gratchik resets it back. Over to Landon Lynn again. On the lob at the top of the box. Look out here. Opportunity for Michael Roscardin, able to track it down in play. Laurel Highlands will have a goal kick. Coming back on the other side. 19-15. Left here in the first half. This match now tied at 1. And O'Neill with a line drive back to center. Body down there by the Falcons' Landon Lynn, and then Laurel Highlands a blast going the other way. Elliot Borskine. And Colborne turning it back there on the Connellsville side. Nowhere to go for Colborne. Good defense from Bohr. The Mustangs winning possession there again from Maddox McAllister. Touch from D'Amico. The Mustangs trying to set it up again. Down on the far wing, you've both Radcliffe and Rockwell in the box. Brewsda has it now, and Brewsda tripped up. No foul called. We play on. Jace Gratchik able to get control again there for the Falcons. Anderson a touchdown the far boundary. Played back to Maddox McAllister for Laurel Highlands. McAllister now fronted there by William Gillott. Laurel Highlands just slows things down. A crossfield here on the near side to Brody Baker. Baker a little touch ahead there again to Jackson there. Settling it back to D'Amico. Touched up to McAllister and now Bohr. A little give and go, that time broken up by Dylan Schallenberger. Falcons try to break back, but Ethan Perkins slowed down that run, and now Laurel Highlands on the counterattack. Lob to Ryan Rockwell. The play is on sides. Rockwell in the box, dancing between defenders, staying with it. Shot out in front, and Radcliffe trying to send it home, and it's into the back of the net for a Mustang goal. Cole Radcliffe getting the brace. The assist from Ryan Rockwell, and Laurel Highlands taking a 2-1 lead here at the 17-22 mark of the first half. A big-time battle there from Rockwell setting it up. Great hustle on the Laurel Highlands side. Mustangs earning that goal. So Cole Radcliffe, the Mustang junior, with a pair. And Laurel Highlands a 2-1 lead. Laurel Highlands getting 2 goals separated by 4 minutes and 6 seconds to take a goal advantage here with 17-12 left in the first half. And Laurel Highlands has won 2 of their last 3, trying to make it 3 of 4 with a big conference game coming up tomorrow on the road to Thomas Jefferson. Radcliffe keeping it alive again. Now looking for the hat trick. Radcliffe tripped up. No foul called. We play on. And Connellsville going the other way. Landon Lynn leading the attack. Settle it off on the far wing there to Tanner Anderson. Blasting it down in William Gillott's direction. Gillott a little cross going right through the box. And wide here on the near side. Had Roscard on the near post.
Number 8. Cole Radcliffe.
Laurel Highlands will again break out of their own zone. Could be a big night for Cole Radcliffe the way it started. Here's Roman George, the freshman. George, a good run. Deflected out by Landon Lynn. George was trying to go quickly, and the official's going to say no. Going the other way. And Lynn will send it in quickly. And Derek Saforic. Next Mustang home match coming your way on Thursday. We'll have it for you here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Mustangs hosting Ringgold. 7:30 starts. Join us for all of the action. Radcliffe stepping up again. get a couple of goals. That'll get the juices flowing. And this time he might be looking for an assist on a big break there. Blast from Bruzda. And the save from Routson. And now Connellsville trying to lead something back there with Gillott. Broken up by Brody Baker. Settled here to Roman George. They go back in Baker's direction and chip back going the other way from Landon Lynn. Little collision as Baker sent down Michael Roscart. And that'll be a Laurel Highlands foul. Roscart's down. He took a shot there where the sun don't shine. We'll have an injury timeout with 15-11 left here in the first half. Laurel Highlands leading 2-1. Couple of goals from Cole Radcliffe. Dylan Schallenberger, a lone tally for Connellsville tonight. Let you know again that this game on the South Union Township Sports Network being brought to you by our friends at Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown. Davis & Davis, attorneys at law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI specialist, now part of U.S. Digestive Health. Chesler's Fine Furniture, 51 north of Uniontown, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, and physical therapist Jim Burns. These injuries tonight might be keeping Mr. Burns busy here over the next week or so. United Bank. The Laurel Highlands boys soccer boosters and South Union Township supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Ferdinand, and Jason Scott. Good to see Michael Roscart hopping to his feet. That just might have been a shot there to take a couple minutes to recover from. A third Falcon that we've seen injured tonight. Derek Routson, who went down early, has returned to the game. And we'll get a resumption here with just over 15 minutes left in the first half. Connellsville 2-8 coming in, 0-5 in conference play. Laurel Highlands still in the race, 2-4-2 overall, 2-4-1 in the conference. Draw came against Thomas Jefferson, who the Mustangs will see on the road tomorrow night. Header there from McAllister. And now Rockwell breaking from his own zone. Ryan Rockwell tripped up. He had a little head of steam ahead. That could have been a yellow on Grachik. Will be a free kick. And Jackson Nairn will take it here for Laurel Highlands. Nairn with a blast, line drive, top of the box. Headed back by Tyler Burkus. Good to see him back out on the field as well on the Connellsville side. And here's Nairn back on it, trying to work his way around William Gillott. Nairn tripped up, no foul call that time. And Connellsville picks up possession from Landon Lynn. Looking for Schallenberger. Deflected away and settled there by Derek Saforic. Mustangs get it back again from McAllister. On the far wing over to Ryan Rockwell. Looks like they're giving Cole Radcliffe a little breather right now after a couple of goals tonight. I think as quickly as Radcliffe went out, he might be ready to come back in. On the far side, getting ready to check back in on the Laurel Highlands side. 13:30 left here in the first half. McAllister letting that one go. Be another Mustang goal kick. Allow the substitution to be made here as well. And you'll have Elliott Bohr checking out. Radcliffe back in. And O'Neill just settling it off to Brody Baker here on the near side. Touching it over to Matt Kolensik. And a little break up here from Kolensik. Good run forward, but slowed down there by Tyler Burkus. Touch from Grachik. The Mustangs deflect it down again as Kolensik finds the ball. And they go over to McAllister. A little Falcon pressure. Putting it off to Grachik going the other way. Possessions exchanged again here in the midfield. A ball sent down from Brewsda, intended for Rockwell, too far. And Derek Routson able to gain control there on the Falcons side with 12:13 left before halftime. And Routson will blast it away. A little pinball there between a couple of Mustangs. So on the Falcons to step back in, and we'll get a foul call here. The Mustangs might go on Jackson Nairn. Jace Gratchik will take the free kick. It's coming from about 44 yards out with 11:50 left on a running clock here in the first half. Gratchik with a blast. Line drive into the box. Header attempt from William Gillott going right over to Daniel O'Neill. O'Neill, a good line drive. Back to the Falcons defensive line. Matthew Urey sending it ahead. Sent off by Dylan Schallenberger. And Jackson Nairn able to find it there for Laurel Highlands. Nairn down the far side, no one home. Xander Gregg finding it there for Connellsville. Gregg, a new entry into the game on the Connellsville side. Ball comes in open space. Roman George trying to track it down, with William Gillott going the other way for Connellsville. Gillott's run slowed there by Baker. Falcons retain possession momentarily on a little touch from Gillott that goes out of play. Now Laurel Highlands throwing going the other way. With 10:42 left here in the first half. Bodied into Nairn, trying to fight off the double team. Jackson will lob back towards center. Bodied by Burkus. Kept alive by Brewsda. Brewsda stepping ahead, a little sidewinder. Scooped up again by Derek Routson on the Connellsville side. And Routson goes back to center. Headed by McAllister. A little battle in front of the Mustang bench. Landon Lynn there for Connellsville, but the Mustangs win the ball back. Goes through Rockwell into open space, and Radcliffe now looking for the hat trick with a blast from 40 yards out, going high and wide here on the near side. So we go under 10 minutes left in the first half. Laurel Highlands a 2-1 lead over Connellsville. And we're back on Thursday. More Mustang soccer. Conference matchup. Laurel Highlands boys taking on Ringgold. 7:30 start. Well, a doubleheader for you here next Monday. Laurel Highlands and Uniontown getting together. Girls game at 6, boys game at 7:30. Both here on the network. And a steal there from Matt Kolensik. Played up to Tanner. Brewsda sends it in the back of the net. So Brewsda gets his first of the night. And Laurel Highlands takes a 3-1 lead over Connellsville with 9:06 left before halftime. So now 3 unanswered for the Mustangs after Schallenberger got the scoring started for Connellsville. It's been a busy first half. And the Falcons trying to get out of a slump. Again, came in 2-8 overall and 5 in conference play. Their last win, a 7-0 decision over Greensburg-Salem back on September the 3rd. They've lost 5 straight coming in, but again, against some very difficult competition. Here's Ryan Rockwell just sending it wide on the far side. A little onslaught here from the Mustangs continues.
Number 15, Tanner.
For this little slump the Falcons going through included a 3-0 loss against Upper St. Clair. A 2-0 decision against my alma mater, Woodland Hills. Lost 8-0 to Peters Township, one of the top programs around the WPIAL. Lost 10-0 against Mount Lebanon, and last time out 6-1 against Mount Lebanon. Now if you're Connellsville, I mean, you're playing soccer powerhouses night in and night out. Peters Township, Cannon Mac, Mount Lebanon. Tough to make hay in that conference. Here's William Gillott on the near side. With Perkins defending, Gillott staying with it, looking for a little crosser and a good slide tackle there from Brody Baker. Sitting Gillott down. Aggressive play in the box, but no foul called. Will be a corner kick, though, here from the near side. Falcons down 2, trying to get one back. Little touch out in front off a deflection ball loose. Whistled down, we're going to get a penalty kick. You had Carson Colborn go down in the box. And the penalty kick called. And the Falcons an opportunity here with 7:32 in the first half to once again pull to within 1 of Laurel Highlands. So O'Neill in goal. And it will be Carson Colborn to take the penalty kick. Here's Colborn with the run-up. Sent it right off the crossbar. So Colborn off the crossbar. Now the Mustangs trying to set up a counterattack. Here's Radcliffe down the far side. Radcliffe staying with it, looking for a poke ahead. Good defense there from Matthew Urey to knock it down. Mustangs continue to buzz up 3-1. Kolensick over to Rockwell, trying to chip it back to Bruzda. And the play ruled off sides here on the near side. So a great attempt from Carson Colborn, the Connellsville junior, on the penalty kick. Just sent it right off the bar. And the score remains 3-1 in favor of Laurel Highlands. Colborn again trying to set up Schallenberger. O'Neill way out to knock that one down. Falcons still buzzing. Colborn partially fanned. A body down there from Lynn. They'll send it wide of O'Neill and out for a Laurel Highlands goal kick. So O'Neill getting way aggressive there, but paying off on the Laurel Highlands side. Now O'Neill to take the goal kick. Looking in Bruzda's direction, never got there. Pritz playing it back there for Connellsville.
On for the Mustangs, number 2, Jack Jones.
Laurel Highlands making a substitution during that last stoppage, bringing Jack Johns into the match for the first time. Brody Baker getting a quick breather for Laurel Highlands. Here's Bruzda, touching it back to Radcliffe. On the chip down, look out here. Good run from the freshman Roman George. Roman George going low, crossing, but setting it wide on the far side. Did have Ryan Rockwell creeping around the far post. 5:24 now left in the first half. Nice night for high school soccer. Had some rain in the area earlier.
Let's hear it for the Mustang cheerleader.
I was actually making my way back into town this morning. Going to drive through some of that rain. Actually caught some high school soccer in Ohio this past weekend. My nephew plays for the Green High School. Green Gators. They played Hudson. Hudson actually the number 1 team in the state of Ohio and the 4th-ranked team in the country. And Green's varsity team played them to a 1-1 draw, or checked at a 2-2 draw on Saturday. That one going out of play. With 4:30 left here in the first half. And Connellsville picking it up again, Landon Lynn. The Mustangs on the counterattack with Roman George. George doing a little somersault. Look at a Connellsville foul. Give him, what, 8.5 there, Billy? He planted the landing. Hops like that. If Laurel Highlands had a gymnastics team, I think he'd be a starter there, too. Touch from D'Amico. 3:40 left here in the first half. Mentioned the Mustangs had their senior night against Albert Gallatin on Thursday, a game the Mustangs won 6-0 as a foul called there on Laurel Highlands. Unfortunately, we missed that broadcast due to some other obligations here on the South Union Township Sports Network. We do have some of those senior bios from Thursday. We'll pass those along during the second half of our broadcast here tonight. Here's William Gillott. Little hopper going into O'Neill. And Daniel sending it out on the far side through Ryan Rockwell and out. With 3:05 left here in the first half. The Laurel Highlands girls will have their senior night also against Albert Gallatin. That's coming up on October the 7th. That's going to be a special night. They're going to have a pregame ceremony. It's going to take place at 6 o'clock, honoring the inaugural Laurel Highlands girls soccer team that played here at Mustang Field 30 years ago. Yes, that's how long it's been that Laurel Highlands had a girls soccer program. So started up back in 1994. They're going to bring back members of that team and have a special ceremony. That'll be a night you don't want to miss. Again, on Monday, October the 7th, we'll have that game between Laurel Highlands girls and Albert Gallatin for you here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Also broadcast the senior night festivities and the festivities honoring the 1994 Laurel Highlands girls soccer team. 1:57 left here in the first half. Mustangs a 3-1 lead over the Connellsville Falcons as O'Neill sends it off to Jack Johns. He'll touch ahead. Brewsda playing catch there with Ethan Perkins. The Mustangs looking for a little solid possession time to end the first half on a high note and keep that 2-goal lead going into the locker room. Johns again. Jackson there not able to keep that one down, and Daniel Saforic trying to break back there for Connellsville. Battle with Roman George, and George is going to win it. The freshman, good little step up there on the far side, looking for Ryan Rockwell. Deflected out of play by Matthew Urey going out. It'll be Jake Pritz taking the throw in here with 1:03 left in the first half. Stolen, though, by Rockwell. Played back on the blast from Brewsda that got deflected by Tyler Burkus off on the far side. Laurel Highlands keeping possession for now as Cole Radcliffe tries to turn it from the far side around Matthew Urey. Urey deflected it out. Laurel Highlands stays with it. Opportunity here. Top of the 18. Ryan Rockwell going wide here on the near side. Good opportunity for Rockwell with a little room ahead. .25 seconds left here in the first half. Falcons play it back the other way, and we have a Mustang down. 13 seconds left here in the first half. That's Maddox McAllister hopping to his feet. They just might let the clock go down here. Now they're going to stop with 6.3 left. They're going to put 14 seconds back on the clock. And a foul called on Connellsville. So the Mustangs will get a late break. Already up 2. Good kick there into the box, deflecting around, and then finally covered by Derek Routson. We'll set it out on the far side, and I'll just about do it for one half of soccer here from Mustang Field. Laurel Highlands a 3-1 lead over the Connellsville Falcons. A pair of goals for Cole Radcliffe. Tanner Brewsda also picking up a goal on the Laurel Highlands side. Dylan Schallenberger, the lone goal for Connellsville. 3-1 Laurel Highlands over Connellsville here at the break. Second half comes your way in about 10 minutes here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Just about ready to start the second half. Laurel Highlands a 3-1 lead over Connellsville. High school boys soccer here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Brian Morozak along with Billy Dice. Nice to have you along with us here tonight. As Laurel Highlands looks for their third straight win over their third win over their last 4 games. Connellsville trying to get back into this one down 2 goals. Falcons will get the second half started here with Dylan Schallenberger playing over to Jace Garachik on the near side, and lob there from Connor D'Amico in direction of Ryan Rockwell. Those two play catch. That might be a handball there. I don't know if the officials saw it. Went off of Schallenberger. Really wouldn't have been any damage anyways. Went out of play over to Laurel Highlands. A little fight here on the near side. Jake Pritz finds it there for the Falcons. Good little slide bump out of play there from Maddox McAllister. And William Gillott will send it back in. Mustangs trying to body it down there. And now Laurel Highlands to break. Coming back here with Tanner Brewsda. Good ball down to Cole Radcliffe looking for the hat trick. Radcliffe a little blast just going wide here on the near side. Good shot attempt there just going wide of Derek Routson, the senior keeper for the Connellsville Falcons. And Routson certainly has been busy not only tonight but throughout the fall season. Routson, a member of the Connellsville golf team and also the football kicker for the Connellsville football team as well. And Routson tomorrow will be participating in the WPIAL golf championships. So best of luck to Derek Routson and all of the local boys golfers participating in the WPIAL golf championships tomorrow. And it's one thing to play 3 sports in the fall season, but it's another thing to play 3 sports well, as Routson does for the Connellsville Falcons. He gets another ball coming in on him here as well. And actually, both of our keepers tonight, avid golfers. Daniel O'Neill, the Laurel Highlands keeper, had his first eagle playing golf yesterday, I understand, at Grandview Golf Course. Congratulations to Daniel for that accomplishment as well. Be a free kick here for Connellsville. This coming from 50 yards out. I'm trying to get one back in O'Neill's direction. We'll set it up here, top of the box. Good little poke there from Burkus. That one poked wide by the Mustangs' Ethan Perkins defending. Perkins has had a good game for the Mustangs tonight. Connellsville getting a quick throw in, and a blast there from William Gillott, and a diving save from Daniel O'Neill. So Gillott teeing one up there in the box, and O'Neill able to knock it down. Good to see so many of these kids busy in the fall season. Takes a heck of a commitment, not only to play one sport, but guys like Routson out there playing 3 sports in the fall. I was talking to Daniel O'Neill's dad, Jim, actually at halftime, and his dad said Daniel now looking to possibly trying to play golf next year along with soccer in the fall season. So good to see a lot of these guys putting up a pretty good time commitment and playing multiple sports. Here's D'Amico, back to Ryan Rockwell. 36-33 left here in the second half. Laurel Highlands a 3-1 lead over Connellsville. A fight here in front of the Connellsville bench. Sent out a play there from Schallenberger. Mentioned Laurel Highlands back in action tomorrow on the road at Thomas Jefferson, taking on the Jaguars. I have the Mustangs game for you here on Thursday against Ringgold. 7:30 start for Mustang Field. The Falcons looking to get one back here. Shot going right on O'Neill from Carson Colborn. After the clear, Connellsville trying to keep possession. Good defense there from Brewsda. The ball sent out of play. And Dylan Schallenberger got the scoring started tonight. Cole Radcliffe came back with a pair, and then Tanner Brewsda scored at the 9:06 mark of the first half, and that's where we sit right now at 3-1. Laurel Highlands leading Connellsville. Turnover on the back line from there, and sitting up Schallenberger there at the top of the box, and another good save from O'Neill. And Daniel will roll this one out on the far side. Up ahead for Connellsville, they're off until Thursday. They'll travel to Upper St. Clair to take on the Panthers. Falcons were competitive against Upper St. Clair first time around at Connellsville High School. Upper St. Clair defeating Connellsville by a 3-0 score. Falcons not back at home until next Monday when they host Woodland Hills. Actually, next Tuesday. That's October 1st. Monday is the 30th. This one picked up by Matt Kolensik. Settling it off on the far wing as Laurel Highlands looking for a little more insurance. Up 2 here, 3-1. You wonder if the lead continues as it is. You might see head coach Jerry Rogers try to save some legs. Remember, the Mustangs, a big conference game coming up tomorrow. I've talked about this in past years as well. It's kind of interesting scheduling to play a non-conference game the day before you have a big conference game. I know you like to play your local rivals in the county, but kind of odd to schedule the game against Connellsville today in a non-conference game when you have a conference game coming up tomorrow. And all these kids, of course, have a great stamina level. But if you can compare that to other levels of soccer, is that one going off of Ryan Rockwell, you see at most MLS or Premier League teams play 2 matches a week. And a lot of times when they have those 2 matches instead of 1 match a week, a lot of guys only go about half distance in that midweek match. And it's rare you see guys play back-to-back 90s. And, of course, here you're playing 80. But still running back up and down the pitch. Not very easy. And you credit these kids, again, for Laurel Highlands. They'll have 3 matches in 4 days, 2 of the 3 being conference games. Mustangs settled back down in their own end. A little pressure on the ball there from Connellsville's Xander Gregg deflecting it out. Put down for a goal kick. Look out here. I think the play was dead, but still. I think from a goalie's perspective, you never want to see the ball come even close to the back of the net. Correction, that was Pritz, not Gregg on the near side, adding the pressure for Connellsville. Nonetheless, the Mustangs break out of their own zone up 2 at 3-1. They turn it over. Opportunity here on a blast going wide there from William Gillott. We mentioned the Mustangs had their senior day here this past Thursday against Albert Gallatin. Unfortunately, it's due to some other commitments. Couldn't bring you the game in the South Union Township Sports Network. But certainly want to recognize those Mustang seniors, including Connor D'Amico, Mustang midfielder, has been playing soccer for 13 years, won a couple of varsity letters. They'll play whistle down here. What do we got? We can get a free kick. Coming back here for Laurel Highlands. D'Amico's most memorable soccer moment, a goal against Uniontown. His advice to freshman players, work hard and stay in school. D'Amico plans to attend college, still undecided on where he's headed next year, and wanted to send a special thanks out to his family and friends for really supporting him. And he's passing the torch to Brody Baker. That's Connor D'Amico, one of the Mustang seniors that was honored before the game on Thursday. Here we have 31-22 left in regulation time, and Laurel Highlands leading Connellsville by a score of 3-1. Falcons getting a poke up there from William Gillott. Down on the far side on the settle, that's Tanner Anderson. Baker, good defense. Ball poked down to play. Looks like it's going to be a Connellsville corner kick. It will be. And Jace Gratchik will put it down for the corner. 30-49 left in regulation time. Haven't had a goal here in the second half. Gratchik lobs it high, and O'Neill, a great save there for the Mustangs, snaring it out of the air. And O'Neill trying to lead the counterattack on a pass forward to Cole Radcliffe. Getting a little help there from Brody Baker back up to Radcliffe, and stepping in defensively, Matthew Uri on the Connellsville side. Mustangs quickly reloading there with Brody Baker. Back to Ryan Rockwell. And in those situations on the counterattack, anyone that can really step up, and Baker did a great job there and assisting on the attack. I think pretty much given the green light. And Baker back on the far side. Pass a little wide, going out of play. And among the Mustangs seniors, Ryan Rockwell has been a great contributor to this Laurel Highlands program. Midfielder and a striker. Another Mustang who's been playing soccer for 13 years. Has won 3 varsity letters. Varsity captain. Also won 2023 and 2024 Bethany College Coaches Awards. Team MVP his junior year, and also won all-county. A stoppage here. We'll get a Connellsville substitution. Laurel Highlands to make a change as well, as Brewsdo will step out. And Elliot Bohr back in on the Laurel Highlands side. Discussing Ryan Rockwell, also involved in the Riverhounds club soccer team. His most memorable soccer moment, scoring the winning goal his junior year on senior night against Albert Gallatin in double overtime as time expired. That was another game we brought you here on the network. Certainly a fun contest. His advice to a freshman player, never stop working hard, and hard work beats talent 10 out of 10 times. Rockwell plans to play soccer in college and major in sports management. He admires his parents and the family that supports him, and he's passing the torch to Lucas DeGia, and that's Ryan Rockwell, another senior that was honored here on Thursday night. This ball dumped down to Jackson Nairn, trying to make a break here for Laurel Highlands. We've seen the Mustangs this year play Nairn on both sides of the ball, both defensively and up on that front line. Very versatile player. Remember, Nairn, only a freshman. 28-15 left here in regulation. After 4 total goals in the first half, haven't had one scored here yet in the second half. Good little break up there from Maddox McAllister on the Laurel Highlands side. So we go under the 28-minute mark. And the Falcons trying to go the other way with Dylan Schallenberger. A little chip, no one home. One hop back to Daniel O'Neill. Body there from Ryan Rockwell. Here's Jake Pritz losing it to Rockwell. Rockwell, we're just talking about the Mustang senior trying to score a goal here on cue. Just goes wide, though, on the near side. Little run on the Laurel Highlands side there. And it'll be ruled off of Connellsville going out, so it'll be a Mustang corner kick. And Jackson Nairn will take it. Still Nairn putting it down. Line drive and a great snare out of the air from Derek Routson, the Connellsville keeper. It's played off to Jake Pritz. Over the head of Maddox McAllister, trying to spring Dylan Schallenberger. It's headed up there by William Gillott. And Gillott's going to stay with the ball here for the Falcons. Here's Gillott looking for a little sidestep. Gillott's still on it. Gillott playing it forward. There is Schallenberger trying to slide back, and now with a little blast, a little sidewinder that O'Neill's able to knock down and then cover. And Schallenberger, the sophomore, very involved in the Connellsville attack again tonight. Mustangs still lead it 3-1. 26-12. Left here in regulation time. Cole Radcliffe already a brace tonight, looking for the hat trick. Radcliffe from 35 out, went off of a Falcon player, went off the back, I believe, there of Jace Gratchik. So it will be a Laurel Highlands corner kick. Roman George and Nairn discussing things. That was clearly off of a Falcon. If the official didn't see that, I mean, come on. There is an overrule. Now, good, at least the officials getting together there and making the correct call. That was clear as day. And Nairn will take the corner. Nairn going high. Goes through on the near side. Rockwell will track it down. Rockwell back into the box. Rockwell with a low shot, and that one scooped up again by Derek Routson. And the Mustangs create a little buzz again here with 25:06 left in regulation time. Up 3-1. Again, our match coverage brought to you by Smith Lewis Chess, CPAs in Uniontown. Davis & Davis, attorneys at law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes. SWGI Specialist, now part of U.S. Digestive Health. As the Mustangs again look for Nairn. Chesler's Fine Furniture at 51 north of Uniontown. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns. United Bank, the Laurel Highlands boys soccer boosters, and South Union Township supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott as we get a collision here inside the box. And for the second time, Routson down in this game. That's not good for a kid who's playing in the WPIAL Golf Championships tomorrow. And Cole Radcliffe has been given a yellow card there for contact with Routson. So the yellow card caution occurring here at the 24:35 mark of the second half. And mentioning our sponsors, Chesler's Fine Furniture at 51 north of Uniontown, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns, United Bank, the Laurel Highlands boys soccer boosters, and South Union Township supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. So the yellow given to Radcliffe. We've seen over the years he's not afraid at being aggressive. That was kind of the way it was with his brother and sister as well, Harry and Jocelyn, when they played here at Laurel Highlands. And you like that, good aggressive players. And the aggressiveness has paid off for Cole tonight with a pair of goals. We'll have to sit out 5 here. Be eligible to come back in at the 19:35 mark of the second half. Good to see Routson back in there as well. Able to remain in the game after getting dinged up. He might be sore on the golf course, though, walking 18 tomorrow. There's Maddox McAllister down the near wing. New entry into the game, Jackson Baker, younger brother of Brody, seeing some match time here in the second half. There's Dylan Schallenberger. Losing it there. Ball rolls back to O'Neill. Blasted back to center. Maybe Billy can look up for me. A little homework for you, Billy. Where are they playing the WPIAL Golf Championships at tomorrow for 3A? I know Oakmont hosted them a couple years back. I don't think it's there as Oakmont prepares to host the U.S. Open next year. But just curious the course they're playing on. William Gillott. Over to Jace Gratchik. And Tanner Brewsda running it out there for the Mustangs. Up to Ryan Rockwell. Good defense from Matthew Uri. Mentioned Brewsda. He was another Mustang senior that was honored here this past Thursday. Center midfielder for Laurel Highlands. Been playing soccer for 12 years. Has won 3 varsity letters. Varsity captain. Also a member of the football team. We've seen him punting and kicking for the Mustangs here during the fall season. His most memorable soccer moment this year, they played TJ at home and tied after a lightning delay. The advice he'd have to a freshman player, work hard and don't take any day for granted. Connellsville trying to break here again with Schallenberger. Fronted there by Elliott Bohr. Played off out of play there by Carson Colborne. No, kept in there on the far side. Falcons still buzzing, a little cross out in front. Another great save from O'Neill. Boys, he's been big, not only tonight, but this season for Laurel Highlands. I'll roll it out here to the freshman Jackson Baker. He's pressured there by Jace Gratchik. Over to William Gillott, whose shot is blocked here on the near side by Connor D'Amico and deflected out of play. Jake Pritz reloads. In again to Gillott. Gillott, nothing to his right, comes back to his left. Over to Gratchik again. And the Mustangs find it there with Matt Kolensik. And we're discussing Mustang senior Tanner Brewsda plans to go to college and play football, working towards an engineering degree in college. He admires his parents and Owen Wilson. Want to thank his family and friends for who they are today, and he's passing the torch to Matt Kolensik, and that's Tanner Brusdo, one of the Mustangs seniors that was honored here this past Thursday. Laurel Highlands still leading here tonight, 3-1 over Connellsville. 21:33 left in the second half. Youghiogheny Country Club in Elizabeth Township hosting the WPIAL Golf Championships. Thank you, Billy. That little nugget. So again, best of luck to Derek Routz and all the other golfers headed to Youghiogheny Country Club tomorrow. I have never played there. Billy said he hasn't played there either. There's Brody Baker. I don't think Billy plays as many rounds a year as I do, as Jackson Nairn. A line drive shot there on Routson. How many rounds are you up to this year, Billy? 15 or 20? He's giving me a donut. Billy always busy. He's going to be busier coming up here in another month or two. Billy and his wife, Nicole, expecting. Congratulations to the Dices. Here's the Falcons trying to break back here with William Gillott. That one going high from Jace Gratchik. Almost midway through the second half. We're going to get a goalie change here on the Connellsville side. I want to probably save Routson for the golf championships tomorrow. Wants to get out of here and hit a bucket before going home tonight. Hit him down on the baseball field. Get loose for tomorrow. And it's Hunter Brown back in goal. Probably a good call their non-conference game. How many opportunities does the kid get to play in a WPIAL Golf Championship this week as well? He's already been dinged up twice tonight. No reason to get him hurt for a third time and possibly jeopardize his golf chances tomorrow. That one bouncing in front of Brown, who's able to cover. And again, we missed the Mustang Boys senior night this past Thursday. Again, want to give a shout out to all of the Mustang seniors, including Maddox McAllister. Was escorted this past Thursday by his mother Shannon, dad Brian, and sister Grace. Understands a pretty good dancer. He's a left back. Played soccer for 13 years. Has won 3 varsity letters as Connellsville breaks back here again with Schallenberger and sends that one high. McAllister, a varsity captain, also a member of the National Honor Society. And his most memorable soccer moment, tying Thomas Jefferson, the first game of his senior year after the Lightning delay in double overtime. We had that game for you here on the network. The advice he'd give to a freshman player, enjoy your 4 years because they go by very quick. And Maddox will be attending West Virginia and studying pharmacy next year. He admires his parents and wanted to thank his parents, sister, grandparents, and friends for supporting him. And he's passing the torch to Jet Yager. It's Maddox McAllister. 18-18 left here in the second half. Laurel Highlands a 3-1 lead over Connellsville. Mustangs looking for more here from Ryan Rockwell. Rockwell picked up an assist on one of the Cole Ratcliffe goals tonight. That one deflected out by Connellsville. Ratcliffe reloads, went through Brusda. The Falcons go the other way. How about this past Saturday? Laurel Highlands alum Rodney Gallagher scoring his first collegiate touchdown. Game winner against Kansas for West Virginia. That game also had a long lightning delay. Congratulations to Rodney. I think we'll see many more touchdowns down at West Virginia from him as well. Really starting to gel with that program. And a 4-year run it was for Rodney here, both in football and basketball. 17-20 left here in the second half. Laurel Highlands a 3-1 lead over Connellsville. Been a nice competitive game tonight. A lot of fun for a Monday night high school soccer game. Brian Morozak along with Billy Dice. Always nice to have Billy alongside. Mustangs turn it over there. Schallenberger finds it. Mustangs trying to clear it back towards center. The Falcons find the loose ball. As we go under 17 minutes left here in the second half. Jake Pritz, the freshman. A lot of talented freshmen tonight on both sides. Pritz has played a nice game for the Falcons. Roman George, another freshman, back on it for the Mustangs. Off to his right to Radcliffe, going crossfield near side, and that one behind Jackson Nairn. And Connellsville will take it the other way. Again, we going through the Mustangs seniors tonight, including Luke Grimm, midfielder and striker, been playing soccer for 12 years, including one varsity letter. Also a member of the Laurel Highlands basketball team. John Smith will have those guys ready in just a couple of months. His most memorable soccer moment beating Trinity his sophomore year on the road. Fights the freshman players never give up. He's going to attend college, still undecided on where. Admires his mother. Special thanks to his mother, father, and brother for their support. And he's going to pass the torch to Cole Radcliffe. Remember, Cole only a junior out there. He'll be back for the Mustangs next year. 15:49 left here in the second half. Still 3-1 Laurel Highlands over Connellsville. And a couple of more senior bios to get to before we wrap this one up tonight. Again, all 4 goals in this contest scored back in the first half. 3-1 at halftime is where we're still at here. Cole Radcliffe a pair for the Mustangs. Tanner Brusda also a goal. Mustangs 3 unanswered in this game. After Dylan Schallenberger got the scoring started for Connellsville, the Mustangs haven't given up another one since. Good ball movement here into the box. Deflecting around. Nairn trying to knock it down. Top of the 18, a little header back in Jackson's direction. Trying to cut off to his left. Got broken up there by Matthew Uri on the Connellsville back line. And now the Falcons try to set up the counterattack up to Schallenberger. Schallenberger with Colborn ahead. Looks in Carson's direction. Schallenberger gets it back and sends it wide on the far side. Another Mustang senior, Eric Workman Jr. Right back in goalie, been playing soccer for 6 years. Also a member of the National Honor Society and the SAD program. His most memorable soccer moment, his first shutout as a goalie against Mount Pleasant. Fights to a freshman player, hard work, get you places. He's going to attend college and major in cybersecurity. Boy, is that a big thing in this day of age. Admires his father, mother, and Carly. And Eric's passing the torch to Joel Tyson. That's Eric Workman Jr. The Mustangs back on the ball here with Roman George, the freshman, with a blast that got deflected. Should be a corner kick. At least I thought it was deflected, maybe not. That one was not as clear as the one earlier. Give the referees the benefit of the doubts. A few more changes. Again, Laurel Highlands with a conference game tomorrow on the road at Thomas Jefferson. And that right off the goal kick. Knocked down there by Matt Kolensik. And then a Mustang went down there. I believe that's Rockwell. It is. Rockwell took a hard shot there. He's coming off. He's going to run it off. He's headed straight to the locker room. And there he goes. The Mustangs make a change. With a courtesy kick here after the injury. Clock stopped 13-19. Left here in the second half. Now we'll get the resumption. And Jackson Nairn will step up and send it wide on the far side.
On for the Mustangs. Number 21.
And our final Mustang senior, Josh Ainsley, was escorted here by his father, Dr. Bill Ainsley, and mother, Rachel. Plays defense for the Mustangs. Been playing soccer for 8 years. His most memorable soccer moment, scoring his first goal. Advice to freshmen, just to have fun and be yourself. Plans to pursue a career in healthcare. Admires his parents, grandparents, and brothers. I want to send a special thanks out to everyone who's been supportive, family, friends, and coaches. And he's passing the torch to Kingston Depto. And that's Josh Ainsley. Again, congratulations to all of our Mustang seniors who are honored here this past Thursday in Laurel Highlands. 6-0 win over Albert Gallatin. There's Jackson Nairn with a shot, and it goes into the back of the net after a little juggle from Hunter Brown. Brown couldn't pull it down, and Nairn scores, increasing the Mustang lead now to 4-1. So the first goal we've had here in the second half comes courtesy of Jackson Nairn. 12:20 remaining. And you're going to see a lot of goals from Nairn over the next 4 years. Get used to it. And Laurel Highlands lead at 3. You haven't seen very many freshmen that have been as impactful as Nairn has been early on in his career. Certainly Harry Radcliffe played a lot during his freshman year as of late. But just the way Jackson carries himself out on the pitch, you can certainly tell he has a bright soccer future ahead, not only here at Laurel Highlands, but I think at the next level. That's still a long way away. We actually did a junior high game last year. That game really hits home because I worked that game with Phil Michael, who tragically passed away this past June. That was really the first time that, other than some indoor games that we've worked here on the network, to see Jackson in action. I think he had 3, 4, maybe 5 goals that afternoon against Uniontown. And you can tell he has a bright future ahead in a Mustang uniform. 11-12 left here in the second half. Laurel Highlands a 4-1 lead over Connellsville. And Daniel O'Neill will blast it out. I think you'll see, especially on the Laurel Highlands side with the match coming up tomorrow, a lot of substitutions here in the final 10 minutes plus. Making sure, 1, you don't lose anybody due to injury, and 2, keeping a lot of those legs fresh tomorrow for that road conference game. About an hour bus ride up to Jefferson Hills. That's quite a complex up there as well. Maybe a handball. That one hit the fence on the far side, almost went down the hill. And Connellsville will get a free kick. Falcons have had their fair share of opportunities. In fact, had a penalty kick that Carson Colborn put off the crossbar. At time could have pulled themselves back to within 1. Now they have a free kick here. Is that Routson now playing on the field? 19? That's what it looks like. They're going to give Routson some pitch time. He puts it right on O'Neill. So Routson, who was in goal earlier, thought they're just giving him a break, maybe to loosen up for the WPIAL Golf Championships tomorrow. No. He's out there and almost scores a goal off the free kick, knocks another one down. Routson back on it. A little sidestep. Routson stepping up. Routson a pretty good run. Has to be a tough decision for head coach Brian Cartwright on a daily basis. Already looking at the skills Routson brings to the table as an attacker, and he's a great goalie as well. Where do you put him at? Do you put him back in goal, or do you put him up on the front line? Another opportunity going high and wide there from William Gillott. It's a good problem to have. Now Neal will put it down for a goal kick with 9:10 left here in regulation time. Brian Morozak along with Billy Dice here on the South Union Township Sports Network. A reminder, if you're watching this match on Breezeline or Armstrong Cable, I'd like to let you know that all of the South Union Township Sports Network games and programs are available live online. It's easy to find. Just log on to youtube.com and search South Union Television to find the archive broadcast, or follow the South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook for live games, facebook.com/South Union TV. Good little run here again from Roman George, the freshman. And George trying to spin off of Yuri. Oh, and those two, a little contact there after the whistle as well. Which way is it going to go? Haven't seen a signal from the official. There was a foul there before the break. I think they played the advantage there for a moment before the ball went out of play. So they'll pull it back here for the free kick from Roman George with 8:13 left here in regulation time. The Mustangs up by a score of 4-1. It'll be Roman George to take the free kick. The Falcon wall pushed back, consisting of Logan Mullins, William Gillott, and Landon Lynn. And now George on the line drive, looking for a deflection out in front. Falcons find it and chip it back about 35 yards out, and the Mustangs back on the ball. Connellsville getting a poke, looking in Schallenberger's direction. Settled off there to Gratchik for a little sidestep, a little contact with Maddox McAllister. Ball got a play here on the near side. Foul against Maddox. Free kick here for Connellsville. Be taken by, is it going to be Gratchik? Yes, it will be. Let's go the short route here. Over to Landon Lynn, back to Gratchik. Trying to poke it forward. Knocked down by Jack Johns, who's back into the match on the Laurel Highlands side. McAllister back up the near wing again to Roman George. Looking for a through ball ahead that's too far there on the leader down the pitch, intended for Luke Grimm. So Grimm on for the first time as we go under 7 minutes left here in the second half. Roman George sending it in. Settled back over to Tanner Brusda. And now McAllister.
Once again, let's hear from Mustang cheerleader.
To Kolensik. Shot attempt blocked. Falcons cleared back to Carson Colborn. Over the far side to Routson again. Now Colborn. Routson coming down the far wing with Baker defending. Falcons keep it in play. Crossed out in front. Fanning there was Colborn. Kept alive by Jalot. And Jalot a little pokes at it off the far post. Kept in play there by the Mustangs. Ethan Perkins just sends it over the fence. And out. Routson quickly triggers it back in. Another lob. Top of the box. Only player there, Roman George for Laurel Highlands, lets it go out of play. It was last touched by the Falcons. No, it was touched there by the Mustangs. And Jalot will quickly send it back in. A little contact in the box. Got to be careful there defensively. He had Colborn going down. No whistle. We play on. Take a deep breath with the contact there inside the 18-yard box. Do have a 3-goal cushion, though, if you're Laurel Highlands. Falcons pick it up again there from Gratchik. Gratchik on the near side. Crosser out in front. And the Mustangs barely keep it out. You had Ethan Perkins there helping out along with O'Neal. And you saw Perkins crash. And you're thinking, oh, no, maybe an old goal in that situation. But Perkins, credit him. Great clearance. Mustang fans holding their breath a couple of times there in this little rush here over the last 2 minutes or so from Connellsville. We're under 5 minutes left in regulation. Still 4-1 in favor of Laurel Highlands over the Connellsville Falcons. Got a couple of things to remind you about in the weeks ahead. October the 7th, it'll be senior night for the Laurel Highlands girls soccer team against Albert Gallatin. And before the senior night festivities, a special night recognizing the 30th anniversary of the inaugural Laurel Highlands girls soccer team. That ceremony will take place at 6 o'clock prior to senior night against Albert Gallatin. 19 original Laurel Highlands girls soccer players expecting to be back for the event, including Don Bellotti, whose daughter actually is a current member of the Laurel Highlands girls soccer team. It'll be a fun night. Looking back over the years. Melissa Rambo, another alumni, will be attending the event. Her daughter, Bailey Rose, will be singing the national anthem. She actually has a pretty good following and had an opportunity to sing on stage with Gabby Barrett last year in Pittsburgh. Wow. Keep on bringing out the stars for that event. Again, coming up October the 7th, starting at 6 o'clock for the Laurel Highlands girls senior night game against Albert Gallatin. Mustang boys looking for another one here. That one sent high and wide from Roman George. Unfortunately, the 30-year anniversary also marks the 30-year anniversary of the crash of Flight 427 in Pittsburgh. That occurred September the 8th, the day of the first Laurel Highlands girls soccer game, in which their assistant coach, Janet Menarchek, lost her husband tragically in that crash. Much of the area soccer success has come from the athletes learning the game from the William Menarchek Soccer Complex in South Union Township. And they're also going to pay tribute to William Menarchek in a special ceremony that night. Again, we'll have the pregame ceremony along with the senior night festivities for the Laurel Highlands girls and the game with Albert Gallatin here on the South Union Township Sports Network, all coming your way on Monday, October the 7th. There's one again, crossed into the box. Header attempt there from Roman George. Now, I'm looking forward to that night. I mean, there's not many, chances you have honoring a team from 30 years ago. You have senior night, you have the game. Bringing back friends of Gabby Barrett. What else can we get going on that night, Billy? I mean, it's everything. Everything you want. Here Monday, October the 7th. You never know. Gabby Barrett could be a surprise guest. You never know. I actually saw Gabby after a Pirate game last year. They had her as a post-game concert. Happened to be at a Pirate game last season. Saw some of that post-game concert.
You must have went to the concert.
That was, yeah, Billy said one because of the concert. Actually, it was not my idea. It was one of my wife's ideas for a date night. It was still fun. 1:18 left here. You've had quite a few, though, great singers from the area. Look at Christina Aguilera and the talent she's had, too. 1:05 left. I'm sure Jason Taylor down there probably has a famous singer from the Pittsburgh area. Who do you like, Jason? The Clarks? He's busy giving the 1-minute warning. Clarks always have a popular following as well. I believe they are from Connellsville. Connellsville playing tonight? How about that? Yep. All these tie-ins. Gotta love these little nuggets we're getting tonight, right? 30 seconds left. Falcons looking for a late goal to celebrate on the bus, making the 12-mile trek back up Route 119. So with the win, Laurel Highlands tonight will improve to 3-4-2 overall. The loss will drop Connellsville to 2-9. Again, the Mustangs, a pair of goals from Cole Radcliffe. Goal from Tanner Brewster, one from the freshman Jackson Nairn. Dylan Schallenberger out the scoring start at Laurel Highlands with 4 unanswered, picking up a 4-1 win over the Connellsville Falcons tonight. Again, join us on Thursday. More high school boys soccer. Laurel Highlands taking on Ringgold here at 7:30. Again, tonight's broadcast here on the South Union Township Sports Network, a joint cooperative venture with Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Fernan, and Jason Scott, along with Armstrong and Breezeline Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, our final score, Laurel Highlands 4 and Connellsville 1. For Billy Dice, I'm Brian Morozak. You've been watching the South Union Township Sports Network. So long, everybody.